So hello everyone. Today we are not going to learn on calculus, okay? So I'm on behalf of Professor Lin because he is not available today, so he asked me to substitute for the introduction of the speaker. So we are going to have our speaker is Mr. Xie, or he wants to be called Mr. TF.
Yes.
So he is from the Sysgration, and he will talk about how to get equipped with industrial life. But before that, let me just get into Mr. Xie introductions. He's graduated from electrical engineering from National Chong Tong University, taking a PhD, and now he is the general manager of Sysgration. And before that, he is also vice president of Lighting Technology and vice president of Light On Technology. So I think without further ado, we could give applause for Mr. Xie to give his speech.
Thank you. So the slides ready? Okay. Thank you for your attention, everybody. Actually, it's easy to remember my last name. You come to Taiwan, the first words you learn must be 谢谢, right? So this is my last name. Call me Mr. Thanks. That's okay. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you, everybody, about how to get equipped with industry life. My understanding is most of you are in the first year of your study. So I will share, first one, I will share the Sysgration turnaround story to let you know Sysgration, how to turn around from a very, very lousy company to a kind of profitable company today. So by this kind of experience sharing, I like to talk about how a company can turn around, and then as the individual, especially you guys are now in school, how can you invest yourself to be ready for yourself to make a lot of money in the future. Everybody like to make money, right? So I will share our experiences, and if you have any question, feel free to raise your hand, and we have some small souvenir for you, everybody. The Sysgration mug, so you can remember our company always. We are trying to make some promotion for our company as well. Okay, so that's my, do I have a presenter? Okay, sounds good. So that's my agenda here. Do I have a pointer? Okay, this one. So again, I will talk about Sysgration turnaround story. Then, how can we make differentiation in the industry, and then how can we individual make differentiation for ourselves. Okay, let me first introduce Sysgration a little bit. This year is Sysgration's 45th anniversary. So the company is much older than everybody here. We worked in some computer peripheral before, like a printer, like a keyboard, like a mouse, many things before. But the company has lost money for many years. And from around 10 years ago, we changed our business direction from computer peripheral to automotive industry to some power and energy industry. And after a lot of years of research and development and customer promotion, for the recent 2 years, we are making pretty good profit. So I will share with you how we did that. So before I go into the detail, let me share with some of our financial numbers. And everybody here, if you want to make money in the future, try to learn how to read the financial report from now, okay? This is our quarterly revenue in NT dollars thousands. So you can see from starting 2019, our quarterly revenue is something like 200 million NT something. But recently you can see every quarter we are growing, and every quarter we make our historical high, almost for around almost 10 quarters. So our revenue is going up. Our gross margin, what is gross margin? We are a manufacturing company. So in order to make the presenter, in order to make the smartphone, we need to have our material, we need to have our labors and our facilities, equipment to make the products. So if we deduct the selling price by the material, the labor, the equipment, then that's the gross margin, okay? So our gross margin starting from around 22,000 million per quarter now to 200 and something million per quarter. So it's 10 times for the recent 3 or 4 years. And the reason why we make money is not because we cut all the necessary costs. Actually, for our company, we invested more and more on research and development to make a new product, new technology to attract our customers in the market. So making money is not equal to cutting our expense. Actually, we invested more and more, but we are making more and more money. That's the topic I'm going to talk today about the value generation. So later I'll talk more about this. And then after the gross margin, we put a lot of effort on sales, on R&D, on our administration, financial. Then our quarterly net profit for the past 2 years, from 2019 to 2000, we lost a lot of money. But in these 2 years, we almost cover all the previous loss. So this year, we still have a fourth quarter. We believe the total amount of money we are making will cover all the loss in the past 2 years. And we are seeing a even much better 2023 for this year. So our company is turned around. Okay, so this is the Taiwan EPS. So let's just skip that. So how Sysgration make this kind of turnaround? From a company losing almost 100 million NT dollar per quarter to making more than 100 million NT dollar per quarter. How we did that? Okay, we do some major direction changes. First one, before we working in some computer peripheral business, everybody knows the keyboard, the mouse, you can buy it very easily from Taobao, from PC Home, everywhere. Do you know how much the price a Logitech? Everybody like to have a Logitech mouse, right? Do you know a wireless mouse? As being a no-brand company, we're working on OEM. Our company name is Sysgration System Integration. We sell our mouse to like a Logitech, to Microsoft, so that they can put a brand and do the marketing. Do you know how much cost we sell, how much price we sell to Microsoft per wireless mouse? If everybody raise their hand, we will prepare some market for you. 10,000 NT dollars?
Yeah.
送个马克杯吧. That's a very excellent answer, but totally wrong. Okay? The answer is $1. How much you buy from Logitech a mouse? 左边这一位. Yeah. $150? Say again? $150 NT dollars? Okay, you buy a Logitech. Yes. 再送一个吧. Anybody speak something will get our Sysgration mug. Okay? So one mouse, a FOB price, $1. How can we make profit? You know the mouse. There is some optical sensors, some mechanical wheel rollers, some electronics, and wireless chips. Only $1. Much cheaper than the Taiwan or something you are having, or even cheaper than the bottled water the beautiful girl is having now. How can a company make a profit from this kind of product? So we decided to change our business direction to something growing in the market, because most is relatively simple. So you can do it, I can do it. So a lot of Taiwanese company, Chinese company, they can do it. So what's the best way to win more business? Cut your price, right? You sell at $2, I sell at $1.80. Then she sell at $1.50. So everybody go into a very, very bloody war, right? So the market is going down. Everybody has mouths, but the growth annual is not growing. Because right now, a lot of people using tablet, right? You use the smartphone. Your professor always tell you not to play your smartphone in the class, right? So right now, everybody use smartphone, use tablet. So the demands on the market for mouse, keyboard, getting less and less. So the market is not really growing. So the first direction for Sysgration to change, to turn around, we like to focus on growing market. Because only for growing market, the customer have the money to pay us. Second one, because Sysgration is a no-brand ODM company, we are just like a Light-On. We are just like a Foxconn. We don't have our own brand. So customer, the brand customer, can help Sysgration to promote ourselves. In order to make progress, we like to choose the best customer in the world, because they know a lot. They can help us to improve a lot. But some of you may ask, you Sysgration want to play in the growing market. You want to choose the world-class best customer. Why the customer want to choose you? I always like to marry a supermodel. Of course, but why a supermodel want to marry me? Why? I'm not as handsome as you are. I'm not as tall as Magic Johnson. Why they want to marry me? So we decided we want to focus our innovation and quality to bring some value differentiation to our customer, instead of continuously cutting our price. That make sense? Okay, so this is actually fundamental for Sysgration to turn around in the past 10 years. And these 2 years, we proved this direction works, and we make much more money than before. So later, I will use this, we'll focus on this topic, how to make value differentiation for a company. Then I will talk about individual, and then give you some suggestion on how you can choose your department or courses in the school. That's what I'm going to talk today. So when I'm saying we are working on high growth market, let me share with you what kind of product we are working now. Right now, Sysgration working on 2 kind of products. One is on automotive solutions. The second one is on power and energy management. I just mentioned before, Sysgration working on computer peripheral, which is a bloody market, which is a declining market. Right now, I believe everybody knows the automotive is increasing and increasing. Everybody like to have Tesla, right? If today I say anybody who speak up in the class will have a Tesla, I believe everybody will raise your hand many, many times, right? Sorry, we don't have that for you today. And the other one is power and energy. Right now, a lot of countries, government, company, they have a power shortage. They use the fuel to get energy, which is not friendly to the environment. So Sysgration is now working on Li-ion-based power solutions and electronics related to automotive. In particular, we are working on some sensors in the vehicle, industrial tablet for the vehicle, and we use a lot of Li-ion-based battery to replace the traditional lead-acid battery. If you don't know what is a lead acid battery, go to check the professor's car, take out the truck cover, there's the lead acid battery inside. Lead acid is a very poison product. In the production process, a lot of poison will be generated because there's lead. And the lead may generate some gas which is very dangerous to people. So this kind of environmental unfriendly product. I'm not saying lead battery doesn't have any issue for the environment, but it's much better than lead acid battery. Okay, so we are now working for some products good to the environment, and we are working on very high technology products. For these two portion of product, we have more than 100 patents for automotive. We have around 50 patents for our energy products. Later I will talk a little bit about the patents. So by our value differentiation to customers, we win customers' attention and we win business and we make profit for our company and for our shareholders. That's why we have the money to share some luck with you guys today. Okay? So, seems like interesting story for Sysgration to turn around. But how do you do that? Can we go into a little bit more detail? Yes, of course. That's why I'm here today. As I mentioned, we finally turn around and make money today. Before we were making money, actually, I would say it's a sin for a company not making profit. What does it mean? There are around 500 employees in Sysgration. There are around 200 suppliers supporting Sysgration. If Sysgration is not making money, how can we pay our employees? How can we give them good enough bonus for their vacations? How can we give reasonable margins to our suppliers? So making money is very important for any company. If a company is losing money, this is not only a shame to the shareholder, it may also bring some trouble to the society. So after everybody of you go into the industry, remember, you need to make profit for the company, for your shareholder. Especially some of you may raise your own company in the future, right? So first thing, make profit for the company. How can companies make a profit? Okay? A company, mostly they are selling products or selling some services. For example, if you are an insurance company, you are selling your services. If you are a Uber company, you are selling your services. But we are a electronics manufacturing companies, so we can only sell our products. What kind of function are there in our company? We have our people working on product planning. We have our people working on product development. Like you have the iPhone 14, iPhone 15. There are a lot of people working on planning, development, and purchase the material and do the assembly and then marketing services and so on. So in the industry, sometimes we call this the value chain of this company. Some company may focus on manufacturing only. Some company may do the services and branding as well. So different company may have a different value chains. Okay. So being a company employee or a company management, every day we are thinking, what are we doing? What do we do? And are we really doing it well? And how long can we do it well? Sysgration has been making profit for 2 years right now. Can we make profit for 10 years? 20 years? Another 100 years? So it depends on, are we doing a me-too business? Or are we providing our customer some value differentiation? Why you guys like Tesla? Why you guys like Mercedes? Why? Okay, please.
Because it gives you status in society. So people look at you and yeah, this guy is wealthy. He's rich.
You feel proud
Yeah.
and feel good to the environment and show your pocket is very deep, right? Yeah. Please have some mug for him. That's for sure. Yeah, why you like Mercedes? It looks luxury and you show your position in the society, right? So, that's because Tesla and the Mercedes, they have some differentiation in the automotive industry, right? Same for our company. For every company, we need to show our differentiation. Otherwise, how can we make profit continuously? Agree? Right? Okay. So what is differentiation? The next topic. What is differentiation? What is differentiation our customers really needs? Very often some people confused about differentiation and the uniqueness. The next page I will share with you some examples. We need to remember differentiation means something only that has some values. Okay? If there's no value to the customer, to the industry, then differentiation may not really something. If there's no value, there will be no respect from customers, and there will be no business. Okay, I will share with you more in the next page. Here I raise some example. Everybody see the LED traffic lights. I believe if you remember when you are very young, 50 years ago, right? You look like a 60, right? 10 years ago or 20 years ago, the traffic light actually were not LED. You can only see green, yellow, red. They shows no time or seconds. So when you are passing a cross of the road, sometimes you will feel very nervous because you are not sure how many seconds I have to get across. Remember that? So for some driver, when they come into the cross, they try to drive very fast because they don't know. But if they understand there are still 15 seconds, then just take your time. Is this a value for people? I think so. Right now, everybody has the mouse with a scroll wheel. But 20 years ago, when I was young, even though still older than you are right now, there was no scroll wheel or mouse. So this invention for a scroll wheel, does it help? I think so. Because right now, when you want to do page up, page down, or do some spatial gaming, right? Everybody plays game, right? Right. I know you nod your head very quickly. Yeah. I'm not sure you study or not. Okay. So this is a value differentiation at the moment. But right now, everybody has that. Okay. What about a universal charger? Right now, everybody has a smartphone, right? Every time you enter the Starbucks or when you return to your dormitory, the first thing, maybe 50% of you or 90% of you try to get a charger to charge your smartphone, right? A lot of you coming from like Europe or from Africa or from India, what's the voltage of your power? 220 or 230 something, right? It's 110 in Taiwan. If you need to carry 2 or 3 or 4 chargers with you, is it really trouble? I think so. So actually it's not until 10 years ago or 15 years ago, there were universal charger that shows 100 to 250 and 50 to 60 hertz for a single charger. It brings some value to the user. What about a copier which can do radio function? Is there a differentiation? I think so. Most of the copier, they do not sing. But is that a value to you? I don't think so. At least not much. So this is a differentiation. But is that a value for people in the office to make some copy? Maybe not. Is it easy to make a copier with a radio function? Maybe difficult, maybe easy, but is it really worthy to do this? Maybe not. So this is another example showing some differentiation, but without too much value. Everybody has an earphone, right? Right? I got a new one on Taobao, Double 11. Anchor, Suncore, Live 3 Pro. By the way, 40% lower than Taiwan price. Okay, in Taiwan, you need to buy something like a 4,500 or 5,000 NT dollars. I got this from Taobao, only 3,000. Pretty good price. Okay. Everybody know about TWS, True Wireless Stereo. It has become a value for you. 5 years ago, if you want to use wireless earphone, only mono, one channel, right? If you like to have a stereo music, you need to use wired earphone. Right now, everybody has TWS earphone. Is there a value to you? Of course. Some of you may talk with your family when you are walking in the street, so the active noise cancellation, is that a good one? Of course. Some of you, if there's no ANC function, maybe you don't want to buy it. What about a earphone, a wired earphone with multiple connector? Because right now, some of your phone are using USB Type-C. Some of you are still using the audio jack, right? Some of you are using traditional micro USB. If I'm selling a wired earphone with multiple connector, is that really helpful to you? I would say maybe yes, maybe not, because mostly everybody only has one phone, right? So my phone is using Type-C as the earphone connector. So the only one I need to have is a Type-C earphone, wired one. If you give me a wired earphone with multiple connectors, actually it becomes kind of burden for me. It's not really a good value for me, at least not for me. Okay, so is it difficult to make a wired earphone with multiple connector? I would say yes, it's very difficult. Because different connector, different tool, different process, or you may even need to pass different certifications. You need to spend a lot of money. But is it a value? Maybe yes, maybe not. Okay? Some other example in your home. Everybody talk about IoT appliance. So there are some air conditioner which can be accessible from internet. So before you return to your home, when you were in the MRT or in the bus, you can turn on your air conditioner 15 minutes ago. So when you reach your home, the temperature is very comfortable. I would say kind of value. What about a thermal bottle compatible with Alexa protocol? Hey, Alexa, show the thermal bottle temperature. You really need that? Right? So is it difficult? I would say difficult. You may need to pass the Google Alexa compliance protocol. But is that really bringing users some necessary value? I don't think so. Okay. What about the treadmill, which can show online tutorial? When you are running on a treadmill, there are some coach, maybe in the United States or in Germany, with real-time interaction with you and tell you, hey Thomas, slow down, breathe, follow me. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, just like doing the PCR. Is it helpful? I guess so. Because you have the world-class expert to train you, and you can learn a lot of good or excellent process in training yourself, as long as you have money to pay the tutorial, right? So there are a lot of examples here. Some of them are with some value, some of them, with some differentiation, but not really have a values. So So I'm using this as an example to show you what is value, what is differentiation only. So I continue to talk about selling our services to products to our customers. So who are our customers? If someday you ladies and gentlemen go into the industry, who is your customer? Sysgration is a no-brand company. So our customer may include like Microsoft. You are not feeling happy, right? I'm kidding. Yeah. So our customer may include like Google, may include like Mercedes, but are they really our customer? Does Microsoft or Tesla or Mercedes, they have their own customer as well? You are their customer, right? So if I'm making our products, I need to persuade our customer because everybody say customer is the king. But don't forget, customer's customer is God. God is even more important than king, right? Whoever England king, the Germany king, they need to follow the God. This is what I'm saying, the PIL theory. What is PIL? Parents-in-law. Okay, for example, you boys like a beautiful girl in the class. You try to date with her, right? I saw somebody getting the tongue out. Means, yes, you are doing that. In addition to chase after this girl, try to please her. Have you ever considered to please her parents? Have you ever think about this? If her parents is happy with you, they may help you to persuade their daughter, right? Remember, if someday you get married, remember to invite me, okay? If you successfully chase some girl in the class, that's what I'm saying, parents-in-law theory. What does it mean to the product? I'm taking Mercedes, Microsoft, Google as my customer. So I'm trying to design our products with values to Microsoft, to Google. What if I can do products with values to every one of you? Because you are the customer of Microsoft, of Mercedes. I know someday a lot of you will buy a Mercedes and drive in the street. If I can design a product and attract your attention, will Mercedes come to buy this product from me? I believe the answer is yes. Because if there's a real product good to you general users, and Mercedes doesn't want to buy from me, BMW or Lexus or Tesla will buy from me, as long as the product is attractive to the general users, right? Everybody likes to have ADAS, right? Any of you have a driving license now? Okay, quite a few have that. So you like ADAS? Of course, why not? So if a company developing ADAS and Tesla doesn't like to buy my functions, my features, will Mercedes buy from me someday? Of course, because mostly general users like ADAS. Bring a lot of features, more safety support. So when you are entering the industry, don't forget, in addition to your customers, try to study what's the value for the market. The market is customer's customer, which is God, which is your parents-in-law in the future. Don't forget to invite me to your wedding, okay? So who are the competitors? Everybody likes to approach the best customers, but there are always competitors. You want to approach Mercedes, they want to, everybody wants to. So we always have competitors. We are always in competition. So who is the real competitors? Are they the other companies providing similar value chain? Remember what is value chain? Are there some companies providing similar product planning, development, or sales distribution functions? Yes, they are kind of competitor to us. But I would say the real competitor is ourselves. Why? Today, you have a very good ADAS selling to Mercedes, to Tesla. But if you don't make progress, 3 years later, 4 years later, people will get tired of the existing functions. Today, you are buying iPhone 13 or 14. Will you still buy iPhone 14 3 years later? You expect much better phone resolution, audio quality, maybe brighter display, or even longer battery power, right? You have a lot of lists showing your next generation phone to buy, right? So actually, even we are making the best product in the world today, we still need to overcome our own achievement someday. So the real competitor is actually ourselves. So we need to continuously make our progress. That's why we need to continue study, continue to improve yourself. Because the market never been satisfied. You guys play some role in the market, right? So in short, how to bring value differentiation in doing business. In short, we try to create products or services with values appreciated by the market, parents-in-law, and we want to do that earlier than our customer. If I'm doing that earlier than our competitors, that's good. But we can do that even earlier than our customer. That would be wonderful, terrific. There's one story happened at around, I would say 15 years ago. You know a company called Quanta Electronics in Taiwan. They are making a lot of laptop computer. Quanta. They are located in Linkou, in Taiwan. They are one of the major ODM supplier for like a Hewlett-Packard or Dell. 15 years ago, Dell, every year they come to Taiwan to talk with Quanta, talk to Qualcomm, another laptop ODM company in Taiwan. And the Dell product director, they use a PowerPoint to show this is Dell product roadmap for 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008. After the presentation, the Quanta 4 product managers, each of them bring a backpack with them. This is my backpack. They'll show their product roadmap here for the next 4 years. Quanta, the product director, bring in 4 product manager. They use another chart to replace Dell's roadmap. Quanta say, in Quanta, our product roadmap is here. Sorry, I'm too short. Here. And we are not only use PowerPoint to bluffing. We actually have a real sample. So the first product manager, he opened his backpack, get a laptop, prototype. This is water cooling laptop. The second one, this is full touch screen laptop. The third one showing this is something we just told and working now. Do you think Dell will buy the product from Quanta? Of course. Because the product is leading Quanta and leading Dell's roadmap. Dell knows very well, if Dell don't buy their products, Hewlett-Packard will buy them. Then Quanta will lose the market competition position to Hewlett-Packard. Right? So if the girl's parents like you very much, will your competitor beat you? Maybe not, right? Unless he's much richer than you, right? Much, much, much richer. Or the girl really like you. So that's what I'm saying. If we can do the value products, new products, even faster than our customer doing, then you win the business. Again, this is the parents-in-law theory. And if we don't have the values, we will not be respected by our customer and we will have no business. Or even we have a business today, tomorrow we will lose our business. So this is my experience sharing with you, everybody here, how we run a company in the industry. And this opinion not only apply to companies like us, also to you and me, everybody as an individual. So for the next portion, I'm going to share with you why values is important to individual and how can we enhance our values when we were in NTUST Sachio University. Can I get a mug? I'm saying NTUST is a very good university. Okay, what's the value investment to ourselves, especially when we are in school? That's the key point today. Okay, again, this is a general organization for most industrial company. We have the board directors, chairman, the general manager, different functions, and a lot of functions to support the real products or services. We have a sales marketing, we have a project management, R&D department, engineering processes, quality, factory, supply chain, material purchasing, buyers. So you are in NTUST today. Some of you from material science, some of you from mechanical, some of you from electrical maybe? No? From any other departments? Civil engineering, right. But most of you are engineering, right? But if you look at the organization in the company, a lot of them may not really with engineering background. And it doesn't need to have engineering background. It's good to study in engineering. But is engineering the only way to be successful or to survive in the industry? Maybe not. At least not only. Okay? And people is the most important asset for any company. If our company have a very excellent human resource people, we have the two HR people here today, Karen and Crystal. And if we have a very good R&D, Shen. Sorry. He also graduated from NTUST. And we have our project management, Dario. He's from Germany. Later he will share with you as an international employee in Taiwan. Somebody from Germany as well? Where are you from? Which city?
No way.
Where is that?
It's my hometown as well. It's in the same town.
You from Dortmund? He's from Dortmund. Actually, he just returned to Dortmund 3 weeks ago. Okay, so he will share with you, everybody, what's his feeling and what to do more in Taiwan. Okay? Surprising. So, for any company, we have so many functions, so many departments, but who are running these departments? That's people, right? So, for any company, if they want to be successful, the most important thing is to acquire excellent people. That's why we are here today, right? We try to attract you guys, attractive you guys. 3 or 4 years later, after you graduate, if you happy to join this graduation, will that be a value to us? Hope so, right? That's why we are here, to share our experiences with all of you and we try to attract you as excellent people. So people is the most important resource for any company. So are we the right people for some company? In the industrial, we will evaluate each of you. If someday we can meet together in situation, we will check, do you have a domain knowledge? If you want to work in automotive industry, do you know something about automotive? Or you even don't know what is brake, what is handle, what is wheel. If you don't have an interest in vehicle, how come you can be successful in automotive industry, right? So at least you need to have domain knowledge. If you want to work as a sales in Mercedes, for example, do you have a sales skill? If you want to work as a R&D engineer, do you know mechanical or electrical or software engineering? If you don't know nothing, how can you be an engineer in Mercedes? Right? So we will check, do you have a professional expertise? And I would say the most important thing, what's your personal characteristics? Are you an outgoing person? Did you raise your hand in the class? Try to win some math? Or are you kind of nerd? Only stay in the dormitory and play games? Are you helpful to people? Are you willing to talk, to communicate? That's your personal characteristic, because in every company, a lot of departments, they need to collaborate, they need to cooperate. So our personal characteristic will directly impact the collaboration. So in industry, we will try to review what's your capability on these portions. And for a company to be successful, we need a lot of different skilled people. Let me again put this earphone, wireless earphone as an example. If someday you want to work in a company on technology, then what kind of courses you need to study now? Or what kind of capability you need to build today? Okay, everybody like to have a true wireless active noise cancellation, maybe from iPhone, from Apple, or something. But in order to make a true wireless earphone with active noise cancellation, how many domain knowledge is required? First one, there must be some mechanical engineer, right? Second one, there will be some microphone and speaker, small speaker inside this one. So somebody know about the waves, voice, signal processing is required. There are a lot of electronics inside, right? Circuits and Bluetooth. Not just Bluetooth, maybe Bluetooth 5.2 or 5.3 or something. So there are a lot of electronics protocol inside. And if this earphone looks very bulky, very lousy, will we buy that? No. So some people with industrial design capability have a very good feeling on CMF. CMF means color, material, and finishing. CMF. If anybody like to have a design, this is a very common term in the industry. Need to have people can do very good CMF design for the products. Then you like to take out the money from your wallet and buy an earphone, right? Sometimes when you have an issue on the active noise cancellation, is it a mechanical issue? Or because the microphone is not good? Or is it because the signal processing is not good? Not sure. What is the active noise cancellation? That means right now there are some buzzing continuously. You hear that? Okay, so there's a noise. You can hear that? Then you are much older than me. Okay? Or sometimes if I'm standing next to the air conditioner, of course there's some noise here. When I'm wearing the earphone and do some Teams meeting, I hope the noise can be removed, right? If I turn off the microphone volume, then my voice will be reduced as well. Can we only reduce the background noise, but keep my voice as large as possible? So some people come into their mind, if we can, this is an earphone, but if we can put some additional microphone here, try to catch the noise of the background and try to use some signal processing algorithm to identify this is noise, this is the foreground voice. Then we can use some algorithm to remove the background noise and only transmit the foreground voice. That's active noise cancellation. So when the noise continues to be there, is that because of the microphone is no good, or is that because my algorithm to remove the background noise is lousy? Nobody knows. So in order to make a product be very successful in the market, we need people from different domains. And sometimes we need people who knows knowledge from multiple domains. Have you ever encountered a earphone? When you are listening to the music, the performance is very good. But every time when you are using it to talk with somebody in Dortmund, with your family, or to your boyfriend in US, he say, I cannot hear you very clearly because your voice continues to be very small. Maybe the active noise cancellation algorithm is too much. They not only reduce the background noise, they also reduce the foreground voice. So how can you tell? Is the microphone sensitivity issue or the algorithm issue? That's why we need people skilled in multiple domains to solve this issue. Okay. Right now, you are in school. You are taking a lot of different courses. You just study most of you are grade 1 now, right? So I believe a lot of you take calculus, right? Anybody like it? No, right?
Yes.
You like it?
The teacher is here.
Teacher is here? He will appreciate what I'm saying today. I will tell you why. Did you take physics? Did you take chemistry? Being very honest, do you think these courses are useful? Of course, because the teacher is here, right? Okay, then some of you may already investigate the courses list in the second year, third year. I believe some of you already saw something like differential equations, probability. If you are in mechanical or civil engineering, you have something like kinematics, dynamics, thermodynamics, blah, 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 and so on, right? Sounds to be more and more difficult, one after one. And if you like to do electronics, would like to do some motor control, you may heard about electronics, signal processing, or ASIC design, or lens design, quantum optics, blah, 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 right? And of course, in the first grade, you still need to take English. Are you taking Chinese? Is it a must? No? Yeah, okay. Congratulations. Okay. Did anybody take German? If you want to chase her, you need to speak German, right? Do you speak Spanish? Or are you interested in accounting, economy, or e-commerce? These are just some examples. We have more than 200, 300 courses to be selected by you in the next 2 or 3 years. What kind of courses should I take? That's part of what I'm going to share with you today. My suggestion, as I mentioned, using this as an example, the industry, especially for technology industry, we need people with multiple skills. So if you want to be focused on mechanical only, that's good. But if you have time and you can squeeze some of your time, I personally highly recommend you to take some courses from civil engineering, from electrical engineering, or even go to the art school to take some courses on music. Why? I told you, because in order to make a good earphone, not only on mechanical, electrical, you need to make beautiful sound for people. You need to make excellent outlook for products in order for the company to make profit. So if you have a multiple skill, you will be very much welcomed by a lot of industry companies. So that's my first suggestion. If possible, do not limit yourself on only one single skill set, because multiple skill set will bring you a lot of money in the future. Not only money, also your pride, because you can drive Tesla and Mercedes in the street, right? And people will admire you because you are very successful. You are the worldwide first one invented TWS earphone. Is it a pride? Of course, right? So, if possible, try to choose work on different domains and languages. I'm working on engineering. Why language is important? Of course, you guys, maybe half of you coming from different countries to Taiwan. If you only speak German, Italian, Spanish here, why you come to Taiwan? Because Taiwanese girls are more beautiful? Or it's easier to make money in Taiwan? If you can learn multiple country cultures, if you have a different language skill, you will be very work now. I'm sure this presenter is not making by our company. Okay. If you have a capability on different languages, you can communicate with different people from different culture much more efficiently, quickly. Sometimes when you are a leader, you can directly encourage your staff more efficiently. Assuming you are now working in Germany as a factory manager. Actually, our company is setting up our Europe factory in the coming 2 or 3 years. So if anybody like to join our Europe operation, welcome. If you speak German or you speak Polish and our factory is built in Poland, you can directly communicate with the staff, but you cannot. Which one will be a better manager? I believe everybody say this one could be a better one. Unless you are an asshole. It's not fair to the employee, right? So language is actually very, very important to everybody. And remember I mentioned, I always check people's skill. People's skill. Is study important? Of course. But if you guys have opportunity to join any student club activities, personally, I highly encourage you to do that. Even today, I'm 50-something years old already, but most of my people skill, or my planning skill, or my communication skill was learned when I was in high school student club. even up to today, 40 years later, that still bring me a lot of benefits. Do you guys realize I'm always watching you when I'm making my speech? That's what I learned 40 years ago when I was in the student club. Still do me some help today. So if possible, do not just play game in your dormitory. That's good, okay? But try to join the student clubs. Be some part of the leaders to coordinate some activities. Try to do some activity with the friends in other universities or to do something with the society because they bring you the networking, the relationship, and your skill to deal with people, to deal with the society. If someday you want to raise your own company, you want to be a general manager, president of some company, you need to deal with a lot of people. So don't forget, the languages, the student club capability, experiences will be very important. And if we do not talk about the general people skill, the language skill, if you just want to focus on the pure engineering courses, personally, I highly suggest, okay? I'm not just a brown noser to the professor. If you can choose some fundamental theory classes, try to study hard on them. Why? Again, use this as an example. I just mentioned there are a lot of signal processing, optics, a lot of algorithm inside to improve the performance of the products. Actually, all the algorithms, all the theory came from fundamental mathematics. It came from fundamental physics. I've been in the industry for 30 years. When I was young, a lot of my classmates, they like to choose ASIC design. Everybody know Taiwan is very famous on ASIC design, right? Application specific integrated circuit. ASIC is something in your smartphone, in your earphone, in anything of your electronics products. So 30 years ago, everybody wanted to work on ASIC design because they can get very high salary pay from TSMC, from MTK, MediaTek, or from Qualcomm. It's a good company, right? Get very high pay. However, for this kind of classmate, they can get very high paid job very quickly. But very quickly, 5 years later, 10 years later, the product features of the company need to be improved. The functions need to be improved because everybody's competing in the industry, right? I have an iPhone 10. You have iPhone 11, 12, 13. So the features getting more and more. How to enhance the electronics or mechanical products features? How to improve? By just trial and error or doing some analysis and then doing some simulation and then experiments. All the theory, simulation, experiments demands a lot of the mathematics and the physics. So very quickly, when the engineer in a company, when they become 30 years old, 35 years old, or 40 years old, those who taking a lot of courses here in the university, they remain to be engineer or senior engineer or very, very senior engineer. But a lot of manager positions are coming from people working on Department of Mathematics, Department of Physics, which did not get very attractive jobs when they graduate from school. But eventually, they get higher and higher position in the industry. Why? Because their training on fundamental was very good, and they are more easier to catch new technology or new theory or new ideas than anybody else. So if possible, try to focus yourself on more fundamental theories instead of just going to some industrial application courses. Everybody like to do some triple W page design and make some money, right? That's good. But the tool can be changed every year. If you are an expert in Microsoft Office 365, which is good, but you know Microsoft always change their versions every year. The interface always changed. But what's the algorithm behind for them to do the sorting, to speed up the cosmetic? That's the fundamental theory. What is fundamental theory? The mathematics, the physics, the kinematics, the differential equations, and all the basic theory in your related department. So this is my suggestion today. If you want to make money in the future, if you want to be a successful manager in your future company, try to do some fundamental study as possible today. And try to do your different domain and try to learn languages. And that's why you come to Taiwan, to learn multiple culture, languages, and try to interact with people as much as possible. Okay? Again, we talk about money a lot, but don't forget, if some company give you a 100,000 NT offer, another company give you a 200,000 NT offer per month, that's good. But don't forget, your title as being a vice president or your salary can be removed by any company. They can give that to you, they can also remove that from you. There's only one thing they cannot remove: your experiences, your capability to contribute the company and the product. That's what I'm saying. The values are multiple skill sets, your values are multiple languages, and your values on communication, on creation, on the understanding of the fundamental theory. That's your value in the future. Nobody can remove that from you. Anybody buy Taiwan stock here? No? Because you are not rich enough? Okay? If you are investing in Taiwan stock market or in the US stock market, everybody wants to invest in a high-growing company, right? Because you know you can make money. So as being an industrial people, which of you we will select in the future? If you have a capability to grow year by year, if your capability is growing quarter by quarter, will we use high salary to invite you to join our company? Of course, right? So when you guys are young, try to invest yourself on your values. So today, I'm talking about values. The last one. Everybody has everybody's value. Nobody is 100% perfect, and nobody is 100% lousy. Why people are excellent? Because they always look at what they are in lack of. So they try to improve themselves day by day, every day. Why people become normal people? Because they only look at, oh, I'm very handsome, I'm very tall, which is not true, right? But if we always focus on what we can do today, then we don't make progress continuously. 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. 10 years later, some of your classmates here may become very successful in the industry. Some of you will be still very normal. Why that makes the differences? Because those successful people then continues to look at what they are in lack of. So I highly encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, here to enrich your study here in NTUST. Try to broaden your multiple skill set capability, learn Taiwan culture, be a real international people. Then someday when you return to your country, you will be much different to the regular people there, and you will have some value differentiation to your country. bring value to your society. Then your Mercedes, your Tesla is just some of your toys. Piece of cake. That's my sharing with you today. And before I invite my coworker Dario and Shen to share with you their experience, any question or comment here? No question? Nobody else? Can we also have the mug? At least you need to try to get some opportunity, right? Now, actually, we prepare a lot of mug for you guys. For those who already got one, we will give you the second one, no problem. Okay? Actually, we have two colors. One is dark blue, one is dark green. So if you like a mug, we can prepare two for you. Okay? First one, I'd like to have Shen to share a little bit about being a student here, and now he has been working in the industry for more than 15 years. Thank you. I will prepare.
Okay, hello everybody. It's very glad to be sharing here because I graduated, I think, 15 years ago. Yeah, I graduated from here, and it's very honor I can have a sharing here because when I have the chance to come back, I'm very happy, just like going home. So when I receive this topic, I'm thinking, what can I share with you? Because I lived school for a long time, so I'm thinking, when I was in a job, and also when I was in a school, what is the main problem I will make? Finally, I find there is a main problem, not because in this generation we have too much choice, you know. What is the mean? Let me introduce myself first. I graduated here 2006, and then I joined bigger company, and then I found I like the feeling about new start company, so I tried new start company also. Finally, I joined Sysgration. For me, this is the combination of the new start feeling also with the stability of the traditional company. My background is cellular phone, and then IoT, and the vertical IoT. I want to share the main problem I made from my school, also from my job career. The main problem is, which is the way to the future? I'm not sure because there are too much choice. I just list some here. They are all very, very interesting topics. So as a student or as an employee, which one should I choose? And is that correct or not? What if I choose the wrong way? So my experience share with you is, don't worry. I have some basic SOP for choosing the field or industry to join. The first one, we are very lucky in this generation. We have a lot of resources. We can know what the industry is doing. This is very different as 15 years ago. From the internet or YouTube, we can know, okay, an industry is talking about what kind of the future or the applications or products there, and there are some webinars, and the most important, they are all free. For me, I can get this information for free currently, and this helped me a lot because I can absorb a lot of information. and to growth, to add my skills. And the most important, every day before I go to sleep, I will take 5 minutes to read the information. It helped me a lot to go into sleep. After I collect enough information, then I can know, okay, which topic is interesting. And so many people talking about that, and maybe in the future, they are much attractive and much possibilities. Here I just list some example. It's just my personal opinion, not for everyone, but it's just an example. For example, I'm interested in a car, robot, and maybe the VR. So I collect information from webinars or news or tech news, something. Then I can know this topic is interesting. This topic is interesting. Then I can focus and get more, dig more. Then in that industry, I will focus on the top players in that industry. What are they doing now? And what is the next they will do? For example, for the vehicle, some companies talking about, okay, maybe one day the car will fly on the sky, maybe. And the robot will become much smart. They can help you do anything in your home. So, if this is the future, when I join this field, what can I do for this? So, I can thinking, what skill should I prepare? If I want to learn about the car fly in the sky, currently we are all on the road. So, maybe I need to know more about the physics and know more mathematics, as TF said. 15 years later, I already forget them all, but at least I joined every class when I was a student. So when I go back to read the book or read the information, I can get them back quickly. So when I know what skills should I prepare and what new requirement will be created, I can connect them together to think, okay, what is the next step to do? Or maybe, just maybe, after thinking the future, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's not for me. It's also okay. But at least you need the information. Okay, after decide which way to go, this is my experience sharing about my work career. From the start, I chose to do the smartphone. The reason is very simple. I told you 15 years ago, there are no such a lot of information on the network. Because at that moment, everyone used the feature phone. Do you know feature phone? Maybe not, because currently everyone has a smartphone. But when we were in school, the feature phone is just simple, make a phone call, text message, maybe simple games, no other applications. So why I joined the smartphone first? Because I think I can freely get a phone in my hand when I was working. So it's very simple reason. Then I think I should know about some OS embedded system, related know-how, and also cellular network. What is a cellular network? I go to join that class and learn some skills so I can promote myself to the company who is doing a smartphone. When I do the smartphone, okay, I know what is Android and what is the 3G, LTE. Then, when 2010, the year 2010, China companies come out very cheap smartphone. So I'm very, very lucky. When I was graduate, it's 2008. It's financial crisis, and 2 years later, the China company come out a very cheap smartphone, and I was in the smartphone company. At that moment, what should I do? what I have already is a system architecture know-how and wireless cellular network connection know-how. So the next step, I try to search out what is the next topic in the world. At that moment is IoT. So I know 3G, I know Android, then this is embedded system. Just like always in an embedded system. So next step, I find a job in a company focused on smart factory. What is the relationship? Actually, for me, they are basically the same. It's an embedded system and also protocol. Protocols means 3G and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, something. And I work in a smart factory. Then the trend of IoT, IoT, industrial IoT 4.0. And then I found I like the feeling of the new start company. And IoT, they are very popular just for 2 or 3 years, and now it's become very smooth. After that, I'm searching the new opportunities. You can see from the smart factory is the same as new smart energy. Actually not, but in the basic concept, they are all talking about the protocol and the system architecture, the protocol, and the data processing. So for me, I absorb this kind of info every day, and also what I'm doing, I learn them very deeply. Then I will prepare for every step for my next career. And now I join Situation. Situation is focused on the autonomous vehicle, smart vehicle, and vehicle IoT. Also the sustainable energy storage. In this company, I need a lot of different skills here. So I use my SOP to prepare, as I mentioned before, read the news every day and collect them together, absorb as much as possible, and finally, I can face the challenges here. So it's a simple journey here. It doesn't matter you are in school or in a job. I think this works. Just one important thing, you need to join more activities and collect more information for you read every day. Second, you must choose something you are interested in. Maybe you care about the salary, maybe you care about the promotion, but if you are interested in that topic, I think both of the salary and the promotion will be easy for you. Also, you have to keep monitoring for the strengths, because we are in a very changeable world. Everything may be suspended very fast, or maybe change very fast. Everyone is working the rule to create new technologies. So, monitoring the strengths, see the type of player companies, what they are doing. And every choose, doesn't matter what you choose for your first industry. Accumulate your skills, do everything hard, and you will find in the next career, it helps you also a lot. So finally, I have a word to share with you. Imagine you are a big system. What you should do? You should do the best integration. You collect more and more skills and more know-how on your mind. And then you will become the winner in the future. Okay, that's my simple sharing. Thank you.
And the next gentleman, Mr. Dario, he comes from Germany, Dortmund, and as being an international employee, he also like to share with you. Normally you come from international countries, or you are in Taiwan and try to learn the international skill. I think he can share with you some of his comments and experiences.
Well, thanks a lot. I didn't prepare a PowerPoint. I'm sorry about that. And actually, today we've been talking a lot about skills. We've been talking a lot about money, about business. I've been here for 5 years now. I'm working as a project manager at Cisgration, and I also studied here. And I think one thing we didn't talk about, especially for the foreigners here, is happiness, right? So I want to share some of my experiences here, some of the mistakes I've done, some of the good things that happened, and hope to give Taiwanese people here an understanding of what many foreigners go through and what might be going on in their head, how we can understand them better. And of course, I want to give the foreigners here maybe some advantages, because you don't need to do the same mistakes I did. Okay? I think we talked a lot about communication today. We heard about languages, we heard about culture, we heard about integration. Okay? So, one of the mistakes I've done, okay, I was a very good student, and I have to be a bit careful because your professor's here and my boss is here. So I have to watch out a little bit what I'm saying, but I was a very good student at my university. I had very good grades. I studied in France and I studied here in Taiwan. And good grades are good. You get a good knowledge. It's a good feeling, you know, top of the class, whatever. The problem I've done is, or the mistake I've done is, I didn't focus on Chinese enough. Okay, I can speak a little bit Chinese now, I can communicate, it's okay. But I can tell you one thing. Now is the time for you to learn it. Especially for, wait, who's here, who's foreign here? So I see 3 people there, okay. Oh, it's okay, I see 4, okay, a few. How long have you guys been in Taiwan? How long have you been in Taiwan? Yeah. 1 year, okay. Are you planning to stay in Taiwan?
Not really.
Not really, okay. Either way, Chinese is extremely important. For the Taiwanese people here, any other language you might be interested in. I met a lot of people who wanted to learn German. I met a lot of people who wanted to learn English or Spanish or whatever it is. Focus on this and focus on it now. So teaching or learning is not about just the grades, okay? It's about communication. And I can tell you one thing, once you start working, no matter how good your grades are, no matter how much you think you know, okay, I come from a business school and I can tell you one thing, I don't know how you engineering guys are, but in business school, a lot of people come out of school and they think, oh, I know everything. You can't tell me anything. The truth is, you will arrive at your job and you will have no clue. Okay, so you will know the basics, and that's extremely important. That's why I agree with my boss here, that the fundamentals are important. Because what's building on that, you get taught. But the only way they can teach you is if you learn the language. Okay, so don't do the same mistake I did. I learned a little bit Chinese while at school, but I focused on my grades too much. Alright, so that's the first thing. Part of that is because who enjoys studying? Like, I mean, who enjoys really sitting down and reading a book about something? Who likes to repeat vocabulary over and over again? You? Do you like that? Is that fun? Sitting 5 hours in the library? Oh, okay, vocabulary A, vocabulary B, grammar this. Okay, I can tell you one thing. If you want to learn a language, engage with the people from that country. For you guys, it means hang out with Taiwanese people. And I know that many Germans, it's a stereotype, but they like to hang out with Germans, which is fun, which is cool, but that's not why you're here, right? So I imagine many of you are here because you want to be international. It's a vibrant community. The whole region, whole Asia Pacific is growing like crazy. So you want to take advantage of that, right? So do it by learning intercultural skills. A lot of people think that the hard skills are very important. They are, but you can only convey them if you understand the culture. You need to understand the culture of the people. So if our Taiwanese people go to, let's say, Germany, right, you need to understand German culture. For example, if a German is very direct to you and says, no, this idea is bad, you can't get offended, or you need to understand what this person means. It's not a personal thing. If you come to a Taiwanese company and someone says to you, yeah, I like your idea, but maybe we discuss it later, that means your idea was shit. Okay? So, these are the things you should learn, and these are very simple examples. So I think engage in the culture here. And for our exchange students here, there's a lot of cool things to experience here. You've been here for a year, right? Have you been traveling? Yeah? Okay. So you know there's a lot of cool things to do here. And that's another thing I want to talk about that leads me to point 3. And this point is probably the most controversial point for this person here and this person here. Studying is important, but having fun is more important. Okay? So don't focus too much just on studying. Okay? Because it's really important that you know the basics, that you know the fundamentals. But you need to make mistakes. You need to make bold choices. Actually, I have one story, okay? Most people I know, if they search for a job, for example, they go to business meetings, they go to, of course, to university, they go to networking events, they do all this yada yada, okay? Do you know how I got my first job in Taiwan? Probably not, right? Because I didn't tell you. Okay, I tell you. I like surfing. I go every weekend, I go surfing in Ilan, I go surfing in Taitung, whatever. One day, I nearly surfed into this one guy, Taiwanese guy, I nearly ran him over. I went there, I said sorry, and that was right at the time when I graduated here. And then this guy turns out to be a business owner, and he said to me, hey, you know, what are your skills? What can you do? And I said, well, I study business, I do sales, I do marketing, I can do project management. So we got talking, okay? So it's the most unlikely place you can think of, okay? So I'm trying to tell you, open your mind. Be open to these kind of things. And don't be afraid to do mistakes. Because I met a lot of people who focus too much on studying, who, you know, they know their numbers, they know all of these things, they know, I don't know, their calculations, and so on. And that's important. But you also need to work on the soft skills. And you need to take opportunities while you can, because I can tell you one thing, and that leads back to language, for example. Once you start working, you have a lot less time, okay? So learning a language then is very hard. Once you start working, once you have, I don't know, some responsibilities you need to take care of, it's much harder to allow yourself to do mistakes, right? So take opportunities and have an open mind to look outside the box. Look at different fields, look at different things you can do, and enjoy the time here in Taiwan, right? And I think, yeah, this is pretty much what I can share with you, because I've done a lot of mistakes here, but I don't regret them, and I'm actually pretty happy about it. So, yeah, thank you for your attention. If you have questions, you can ask me or us, and yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, the last but not the least, we talk about languages. The best way to learn a language is try to make a Taiwanese girlfriend or boyfriend here. Then you can learn a language here very quickly. You trust me. Okay, thank you for your opportunity, and Dr. Iman to give us opportunity to talk today. Yes, please.
How to learn English?
How to learn English?
Yeah, with an English girlfriend or something like that.
I tried to, luckily I didn't have any US or UK girlfriend in my life yet. Maybe I can make some in the future, but I'm getting old. Actually, I just learned my language in my companies. Okay. I never studied in US or in UK. I try to do my best. So thank you for your opportunity to listen to us. And we have our human resources chief Karen here and our recruiter Crystal here. If any of you like to see Sisgration a little bit more, or you like to work with some internship, let us know. We'll be welcome you joining. And actually very soon I'm going to talk with you, two of you professors here. We are running some 2 collaboration projects with NTUST, try to link the school and the business together. So hopefully we can see each other very soon in the near future. And thank you again to give us Sisgration this opportunity, and thanks to Professor Iman again. Thank you.
Okay, so for everyone, now the company, they are actually preparing gifts for everyone. So each one of you will get gifts, right? And I think they can come here or yeah. And please come, I think one by one, and then we can get in line. And please come to Miss Crystal here. I think we can start from here. Yeah, from Helen.